Ladies and gentlemen, today in Meet the Luminaries, we have the honor of welcoming a writer whose words have illuminated the realms of poetry, prose, and translation with timeless grace. Ambika Ananth, a bilingual poet, storyteller, translator, and one of the visionary founder editors of the much acclaimed literary journal Muse India. Ambika Ananth is among those rare voices who carry the music of two languages, English and Telugu, and move effortlessly between them with elegance and depth. Her literary repertoire spans 17 published works across genres, including poetry, short fiction, translations, children's literature, and creative essays. Each work reflects her sensitivity, her quiet observation of human life, and her faith in the redemptive power of words. Her latest collection, The Pearls of Dew, published by Writers International Edition, explores compassion, morality, and the unassuming beauty of everyday life. In these stories, the ordinary becomes sacred, and the smallest moments reveal their moral and emotional depth. Over the years, Ambika Ananth has been honored with several prestigious national and international awards for her literary excellence. These include the Sahiti Yuva Ratna Award, the Seshendra Award for Telugu Poetry, the Michael Madhusudan Dutt Award for Translation, the Ved Vyas Award for Translation of Religious Texts, and the Excellency Award in Literature conferred by the American Telugu Association at their Atlanta conference. She is also the proud recipient of the Kalasuda Award, presented with a silver crown and plaque at the Madras Music Academy, the Bhasha Award from the Karnataka Telugu Writers Association and Indo-Asian Academy, and the Global Icon Award for her lifelong contribution to literature and culture, presented at Athens, Greece. As a writer and editor, she has given voice to the richness of Indian regional literatures and championed emerging talent through Muse India, one of India's pioneering online literary journals. Her poetry has been featured in both national and international anthologies, including the Sahitya Academy's Indian Literature, while her translations for Pratham Books and Katha have introduced young readers to worlds of imagination across languages. Her essays and cultural reviews in the Hindu and Deccan Herald have deepened public discourse with clarity and insight. Through her work, whether in poetry or prose, journalism or translation, Ambika Ananth continues to remind us that literature is not merely about words, but about values, empathy, integrity, and remembrance. It is with deep admiration that we welcome a poet, editor, and cultural visionary whose words bridge languages, generations, and hearts. Ambika Ananth, welcome to our program.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Irene. Your words, they sound like music to my ears, because it has really, the words, they have given me so much of self-worth. They have boosted me up. No, hearing it from you again. Thank you so much.
You deserve all that, Ambika Ananth. Now, let us go to your recent collection, The Pearls of Dew, that feels both serene and profound. Stories that touch upon compassion, conscience, and the subtle grace of life. If you were to describe what truly inspired this collection, where does its emotional seed lie?
So before I talk about the book, I would truly love to extend my deep gratitude and love to you and Preet Nambiar, the two supporting pillars of WCF. Absolutely wonderful. And because of your support and guidance, this book has come out so beautifully. And I'm too proud of myself because to hold this book like this and show it to all. This is the book. And originally, this book has been written in Telugu by me. And so this is the book originally. I have written this over the years, all the stories. And this book has been selected by Kakatiya University for MPhil study. And so many people have loved the stories. And that's when I decided to get it translated into English. Many people have asked me why I have not translated them myself, because this has been translated by a very adept and a great translator, P. Sriramurthy, who is a literary associate also for me because we have worked together on some projects. So the main reason why I have not translated my own stories is when I'm handling others' work, I know the ethics of a translator that we should not touch the original, we should not even enhance or diminish its value. Whereas if I am writing or translating my own stories, I may be tempted to enhance or give it a better kind of feel to it. So to avoid that particular thing and to present it to the readers in its original form, I asked P. Sriramurthy to translate it, and he has done a great job. And most of the people who have read it said that they read like original stories in English, which is a compliment for any translator. And I'm so glad that I did that. And coming to the stories, they're all like everyday realities of people. There is nothing really, there is no hyperbole or anything, but the everyday reality of people, how their lives are molded because of so many certain situations, all that. But most of my stories are human centric. I believe the goodness in people. And so many people, in fact, have commented that my characters are kind of too good to be true and too idealistic. But I feel writers must show light on the goodness of people because it's important. The world, anyway, has all the badness or probably the so many other negative qualities. But writers, as social influencers, must show the best side of humanity. So most of my stories, they deal with empathy, love, and human relationships and familial connections and all these things. I base my themes on that.
Absolutely. And the key words coming from your words there are, to me, professionalism and perfection as well. And absolutely, the book has come out as a real gem. Congratulations once again. It is also a pride and joy of our publishing house, Writers International Edition. Thank you for entrusting us your precious words and verses. Thank you so much. And the stories. Let us return for a moment to your early years. What was the world you grew up in like? The sounds, the stories, and the emotions that shaped your young imagination?
Oh, it was like any young girl's dream house because I grew up in a family where there were grandparents. My father, who was like I can't tell you, I'm so influenced by him. He is that tall, dark, handsome hero. Just like for any daughter, the father is the first hero. And he was an avid reader, and he used to compose poems extempore in both English and Telugu. So that influenced me quite a bit. And the house which has a library has a soul to it, they say. So I grew up in such a house. And my father always wanted me to excel in mathematics. But, I was very poor in it. And I wanted to just somehow prove that I'm good at literature because he was a brilliant person. Most of his friends called him a walking encyclopedia because he was a gold medalist in international law. He taught in Delhi law college before he got selected in Indian Administrative Service. So my always that deep desire to make him say beautiful things about me and feel proud of me, I started writing. But before that, what influenced me was his poetry. I would like to share one of his poems, what actually triggered that thing in me, like the impetus. So, this is
Absolutely.
my father's poem. There was a time, there was a time when life was anew, a rainbow of new glories, a symphony of nascent pure thoughts. What is it then that clouds the vision now? The fleeting time seems to have swept me away from the sweet dreams. There is a joy gone out of my life. There was a time when naught mattered but love. There was a time when I felt angelic presence of love around me. It was not so long ago. The memory is still vividly true. It was all such happiness as could exist be forever. Where is it gone? Is love but a mere feeling, a crude passion of the physique? It all seemed so ethereal then. Why should such happiness be clothed in frail gossamer? So, this particular poem moved me a lot because I realized he was a jilted lover. I felt so sad for him, and that's when I composed a poem titled Plea to the Sea. And I don't exactly remember what I wrote, but that was a pure thing. I felt seeing him like that, such a lovely man. How can he be like loveless now? He felt failed in his love, which is really hurt me a bit. So I wrote the poem, and that poem got published in the best English daily there, Deccan Chronicle. And I was 14 at that time. And when I had taken that poem and the printed version and shown it to him, he said, "It's beautiful, it's lovely, but you must write in your mother tongue also, not just in English. Start writing in your mother tongue because mother tongue, motherland, they are very, very sacred and you should give that honor to them. You should write in Telugu also." So I started writing in Telugu. That is how I think it just honed my skills as a translator because it's come out as a passive kind of thing, a learning, because it was all like that. That is my childhood home, pampering by grandparents. And I think I was a little bit frivolous like any other youngster during those times. But anyway, I'm so glad that I had somebody like that to look up to, my father.
Absolutely. And what a role model he must have been throughout your life. Um,
Absolutely.
an exquisite personality. Yes. So it says, like the proverb, like father, like son. And so this is also in your case too. He prompted you to reach further heights, and you have reached those further heights. Now,
So I
oh,
would like to mention one thing here.
mhm.
After a few years, in fact, I have written beautiful Telugu poetry, and I had dedicated that book to him. And in the dedication poem, I said, "Daddy, I didn't write this book. I gave birth to it from the sanctum sanctorum of my heart." So it is absolutely true. That's what it was, my true feeling for him. And I felt so good that I could do that to my father, who passed away very in an untimely way, he with renal failure. So that is one big lacuna in my life, I think.
Such a beautiful thing to mention about your father and dedicating to him your book. That yes, it is so. We give birth to our books, right? Don't we? And especially the ones that
Yes,
come right from within, from the soul. So, so
absolutely.
beautiful. So beautiful. So, often the creative instinct begins quietly, like also you have mentioned it, in solitude, in curiosity, or in wonder. Do you recall when you first began to feel drawn towards words? to the magic of writing itself. Of course, you told us about your father, the role model, but apart from that too?
Yes, apart from my father, my paternal aunt, she is a Hindi Pandit, and she has translated many seminal works into Telugu and vice versa. And she has been also a kind of influencing factor in my childhood days, even now, because at the age of 80, she still continues to work and keep producing good work as a translator. And she was teaching in St. Anne's College. So, as an academic, as a translator, also, I find her as a role model. That's beautiful for me because two very important people in my life, they have kind of shown me the path, and I had really taken that as a cue somehow, and I started writing. And here I would like to mention about my mother also, because my father, though he had written so much of poetry and everything, he never got them published. But my mother, she insisted. The first Telugu poetry book called Asala Akasam, that is loosely translated means the sky of effulgence. Asala is desires. So she said, you must get it published. She took me to one publisher who was a very renowned poet himself, and that book came out. And I received an award, the first Sahitya Yuvaratna for that book from the then minister Sri Rosaya. So my mother's, yeah, that's what. So I feel though they have given birth to me as a child, they have given a rebirth to me as a writer in both senses. Like she got me published, my father encouraged me to write. So I'm always indebted and I feel grateful to both of them.
Absolutely. The air beneath our wings, there has
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
So true. So you write both in English and Telugu, and your works flow beautifully in each language. How do you experience these two creative spaces? Does each bring out a different shade of your personality or emotion?
No, the personality remains the same because I think the perspectives are also the same, but the expressions probably and the idiom and contextually, when you're writing in two different languages, it changes our writing style and our presentation, it changes. But my personality and my response to situations and stimuli always it remains the same. I don't change because of in which language I'm going to write. So my outlook remains the same. So I don't think there'll be any change.
Beautiful. Your
Yeah.
writing often celebrates humility, restraint, and the hidden goodness in ordinary lives. Do you believe that simplicity, both in living and in writing, is becoming a rare virtue in today's world?
I cannot truly comment on it with any authority because about myself, I can say that, yeah, writing in a simple manner for so many writers, they think writing in a very flowery, ostentatious way is very good. But writing in a simple manner to reach to more people, it is more difficult. And to write about simple lives, glorifying their achievements or the best side of their lives, their uh, I think that that's also a very important aspect. We should not always think of the highest possible. From the lowest, you can grow to the highest. So I think that that's also a very nice thing. So I believe in that. And I had written on so many different people for my medals, like my driver, my tailor, and all these people, they're all so good in their, they may not be absolutely rich in the sense, the materialistic way, but they're so good and they're so rich in their heart. They do so much and such lives. They really are, remarkable. They can, we can exemplify in our writing. I do that. So that's a simple living, high thinking kind of thing. I believe in it.
this is very important, Ambika Ananth, to reach out to everybody's heart and soul and try to bring out the best out of them too, inspiring
Yes,
them. Yes, this is what
absolutely.
a true author does.
Thank
Wonderful.
you. Thank you.
You have been a poet, journalist, translator, as we've already mentioned, editor, and storyteller. When you move between these forms, do you feel that each one opens a different window into truth? Or do they all lead in their own ways to the same human center?
Yeah, when I am writing as a columnist, when I'm dealing with one particular topic, I focus on it. And when I'm writing on spiritual subjects, I think on those lines because it takes a different kind of thought process to really come up with something uh, of worthy kind of writing. And for Deccan Herald and papers like that, I had interviewed so many musicians, doctors, and so many of musicians have become my good friends only through those writings. And so that's when I think I'll show my different sides of my writing capabilities because we should not kind of in spiritual writing, it's a different way of projecting your thoughts so when you're dealing with people and trying to focus on their achievements, you're writing with a different tone. The social aspects, I had written some serious kind of things on ragging and rape and incest in Sunday Herald. I remember that event, that particular episode very, very well because after that, I received one email from a young girl who said that my article really touched her heart. And she is now open, ready to disclose that her maternal uncle molested her. She said, in your next article, you please give my real name and mention my uncle's deed or misdeed completely. A very grotesque thing heinous way. So she wrote to me, and that really, my goodness, I was so shocked. I knew that there are so many such cases, but young girl coming out like that and saying, she says, now I am open to it and I am ready to face it. Earlier, I was really blaming myself for the whole thing. She was ashamed of herself. So that actually triggered for me to write one poem about it. I would love to read it now for you.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's called Stone Flower. This is in a first person voice. Stone Flower. With overpowering shame, fear, hurt, dejection, helplessness, I push myself headlong down to the point of my nadir to hide in the deep chasm, in the dark, suffocating crevice, fearing the world, fearing the stigma, fearing my very existence as a rape victim. The feral perpetrator is free out there, ready for his next act of baser, ignoble hunger. But why am I caught in this vortex of muddled emotions? Why am I caught in this vortex of muddled emotions? Why am I hiding from light when the darkness is not me? Why am I hiding from light when the darkness is not me? I will rise up. I will be reborn as a stone flower. I will rise up. I'll be reborn as a stone flower with tough splendor, with spear like sharp petals, to sever without any qualms those wanton, despicable fingers that touch my bare nakedness. None can defile me or violate my honor. No manifestation of any kind will come near that can unleash feral sin into my body. I can brave the eerie cold in my being as a stone flower. I can brave the eerie cold in my being as a stone flower, but cannot bear the tragedy, cannot bear the tragedy of being in the warm, innocent, beautiful flesh to be ravaged again, to be ravaged again. So that's it.
How powerful verses you have written, extraordinary. And it reminds me of uh, poems of Maya Angelou, who is trying to empower women and make them rise again after trauma.
Yeah,
Congratulations. A wonderful, wonderful poem.
yeah,
Thank you
thank
for
you so much.
sharing it with us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
It's important for us to be strong inside more than anything.
Yes.
Truly. Now, as one of the founder editors of Muse India, you helped create a space where writers from all corners of India could find their voice. Looking back, what do you think was Muse India's greatest legacy, and what did that experience teach you personally?
Yeah, Muse India, the lasting legacy is its lasting impact on the literary scene now in India or elsewhere, because it has got such a good name, and I feel absolutely proud to be associated with it. Though I had taken a sabbatical from it for since some time, but I'm still, as the founder editor, I feel extremely proud because way back in 2005, my literary friend, IT professional and turned writer, GSP Rao, also known as Surya. This was his brainchild. He thought e-journal would be very, very important at that point in time, and because there were not many, and he wanted to start. So we were a little bit kind of not too sure, but he was insisting, and then we got two very, very nice writers and academics from Usmania University, Professor Bhargavi Rao and Professor Vijay Kumar. So all four of us together, we started it in 2005. And at that point in time, we never thought it's going to be like a pennant of success. And the Hindu quoted it as one of the best e-journals of India. And that was an absolute booster for us. And so many people came forward as contributing editors from all the regional literatures. So they keep giving their time, and that is how there are so many. And since we got this ISSN number also, so whatever is published in News India can be submitted for their thesis also, which is a very good thing. So many people keep sending their books for reviews, because all the people who are involved with News India are so scholarly and so kind of large hearted, because there is nothing, there is no monetary benefit at all from it, but it's purely for the love for literature. They all give their time, and that is how it has been. I think it is, for me, it is like a tiara in my crown, whatever it is. I feel Muse India, because of Muse India as its chief editor, I was interviewed by Forbes India, and that was also a very good thing, because the exposure you get and the people you meet through such good platforms, it is absolutely, I am thankful and grateful also. So that is how it is. News India still remains one of the best e-zines. To start e-journal is the easiest, but to sustain it, it is very difficult, because uh, submissions keep coming in, but the people don't give subscriptions, and they're that way a little. So we try to have a corpus amount to maintain it, but still we find it difficult. So many of them, like, we only sponsor some issues once in a way, and there are some people, some scholarly people who would love to give. So that is how it is being maintained. But News India is truly a great e-journal, because it really showcases the best regional literatures of India in all the languages. So showcasing everything in English literature, you are making it as world literature. So that is what it is. News India that way is absolutely a wonderful platform.
So long-lasting legacy, but like you said, from inspiration to sustainability, there's a very long way, and there comes also your effort there and everybody
Yes, yes,
else's involved.
absolutely. We need to
Hmm.
be, yeah.
Yes, and it has to be ongoing so that it can
Ongoing, yes. At
go on.
some point, we felt dejected that it is not just moving as we thought at that pace. But still, we realized no, no, so many people wanted it. And even if the issue is a bit delayed, we keep getting emails by so many people kind of, it is the members are more than 50, 60,000 all over the world. And they're just looking up for Muse India, which is by itself is a big compliment.
Of course, and that is success itself.
Yes, yes.
So, you have written for leading newspapers and journals, balancing literary sensitivity with social observation. How has journalism influenced your creative vision? And has it ever changed the way you see people and stories?
Journalism per se, I don't think it is like, for literature, the realm of literature is, in the realm of the world. If you look at it like that, you can really write about vast subjects in the way you want. So basically, journalism, it's not, if you are reporting something, you write differently. If you are writing on any subject of your own choice, you are writing differently. So each column, when I'm writing, I do it in my own way. There is nothing like journalism gives the technique, but you know how it your thought process evolves, how your mind is leading you, how you shape your thoughts. All these are purely personal. So journalism per se is very good, but as a writer, uh, verse contains the universe, they say. So it depends on how you really bring out your own thoughts and give them across. That is what I feel.
Absolutely. The genre of writing also uh, has its different impact on the person who
Absolutely.
writes. That is absolutely true. But you balance everything and you excel in everything. So,
Oh, that I take it with a pinch of salt, but nonetheless, I feel good about it that I'm doing something which my father wanted me to, and my family also they support me quite a bit, which is very very important,
absolutely.
particularly in the Indian scenario where women are mostly subjugated and they're ridiculed if they're doing something of their choice. But no, one should be thankful if they have that supportive system around.
Quite true. And we also mentioned this before, but I want a little elaboration on this as well. Your works are filled with empathy for human imperfection, a kind of quiet forgiveness that runs through your characters. Do you think this sense of compassion is the writer's truest strength?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a personal choice also, compassion. And it is the nature and nurture also, how you're born with some qualities and the nurturing part of it, and how you look at people. Uh, that also makes an impact on your writing style. And that's what I think. In most of my poems, I write about the human aspect of it. In the US, I had seen one homeless person carrying a placard, and that just made me write one poem. If I can share it, I will read it out now.
Yes,
One
please.
second. And this is also the book published by Writers International Edition. I'm so glad this is Cascades. From this book, I'll read out that poem. 47. Okay. I'm holding you up. Sorry. This is dedicated to all the homeless people worldwide. Life's lifelessness, the title is. The shrieks, screams of humanity around, the deathly silence in his mind. The shrieks, screams of humanity around, the deathly silence in his mind. The blinding, glaring lights of joy outside, the dense shadow of loneliness inside. The blinding, glaring lights of joy outside, the dense shadow of loneliness inside. The circular siege of apathy surrounding. There remains no difference between living or dying. For him, there remains no difference between living or dying. Yet, hope stays alight in his eyes. Hope stays alight in his eyes with flashes of trust and optimism. The placard saying, homeless, quivers in his expectant hands. The placard saying, homeless, quivers in his expectant hands. A ruthless eternity of standing still at roadside. A ruthless eternity of standing still at roadside. Frozen in time, a beatific smile spreads on his face at last, as the last breath leaves in search of a home. Frozen in time, a beatific smile spreads on his face at last, as the last breath leaves in search of a home. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful and so touching, actually.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ambika Ananth. It's so
Thank you
beautiful.
so much. Thank you.
And finally, after a lifetime devoted to words, to poetry, stories, translations, and ideas, what does writing mean to you now? Is it expression, reflection, or perhaps the very rhythm of your being?
Well, that's a beautiful word you said. Probably that will be the title of my next poetry collection, Rhythm of My Being. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, writing means it is the mainstay for me. That's the mainstay for me. It's like an anchor. And without writing a day, one day, if it passes, I feel as a something is gone. Like, that's the passion with which I think a writer should proceed in anything they write. That is how it is. Writing is very, very important to me. And any appreciation, accolades I get through my writing, I feel absolutely blessed because that's such an important thing to get recognized, appreciated. And in that process, I must really thank you and Preet Nambiarji again because unlike with the other publishers, after publishing, the relationship doesn't end there. It continues. You showcase the book, you discuss about it. So the whole world, we feel so kind of, we feel absolutely thrilled that something so beautiful is happening to us as writers and to the books we publish. So that way, I am truly grateful and thankful to you again, once again. Thank you.
We are also thankful to you for entrusting us with your gems, with your babies, because we give birth to them, like we said.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Something that really inspires humanity, whatever you write, and exactly what a true poet and author does, right? Writing from the soul to reach out to every heart across the globe. And this is what you do, Ambika Ananth. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so
Thankful
much.
for all the offerings to humanity. And if
Thank
there's
you.
something else that you would like to say before we close this beautiful program or read us another poem of yours, we'll be truly
That I will do. But I wanted to thank you. The way you conduct the interview, you make people feel at ease with that etiquette, erudition. It's such an honor and a pleasure. to be interviewed by you, and I feel truly grateful, Professor Irene.
Thank you
I'm
so
really
much. Thank
thrilled
you so
with this.
much.
Thank you so
My
much.
my
And
my honor as well.
absolutely. And if there is time, I can read out one of the poems
Please.
from my book again.
From Cascades?
From Cascades. I because I got the book here ready.
Oh, beautiful. Yes.
But this is a bit a dark poem, but about women, because most of the time, though I don't write in that feministic point of view, but still I like to deal with feminism and about the problems women face. So this particular poem is about marital, uh, the way they really, really can be brutal sometimes. And so this particular poem deals with that. Chained, it is titled Chained. Don't scream out your secrets. Preserve them in your soul. You are but a woman. Abandon your identity before you could find out its significance. Don't scream out your secrets. Preserve them in your soul. You are but a woman. Abandon your identity before you could find out its significance. Be a willing prisoner. Forget about growing wings of freedom. Don't wait for a miracle. You cannot build a road to it. Your footsteps are barred. Your mind is chained. The door to happiness is shut on your face for the last time when he entered your life. Learn to love the scars when the wounds are healed. Learn to love the scars when the wounds are healed. You are but a woman, but his actions carry weight. His words hold gospel. His madness is veracity itself. Numb your passions. Live for a quiet exit. The rattle of your bruised bones is best muted. It's a deaf world anyway. The rattle of your bruised bones is best muted. It's a deaf world anyway. The shell of your body is still around. Be thankful. Domestic Violence Act? What is it? Where is it? Domestic Violence Act. What is it? Where is it? Who cares to know about it? Who cares to know about it? Woman, knowledge is your weapon of self defense. Knowledge is your weapon of self defense. Equip yourself with it. Wield it. Wrap an armor around yourself with it. Beating arms of a man can be chained by the fetters of law to never be able to strike again. Beating arms of a man can be chained by the fetters of law to never be able to strike again. This is what it is.
Very, very strong poem, very powerful poem. And yes, dedicated to all women across the world, with the meaning, the profound meaning of getting their lives back through knowledge, education. And like you
Absolutely.
said, the word equipped, be equipped
Equip,
and
equip,
be ready for whatever comes in the future.
absolutely.
Right.
And know what the law is. It is for women also, but most of the time they don't know what is happening, and they remain in that particular cocoon where they're every day they're tortured, and that so that domestic violence can be a very, very deeply hurting thing. And so I thought that I should write a poem on it.
And also express it today to the whole world so that they can hear that and
Absolutely.
act accordingly. Thank you
Yes.
so much
Thank you.
for
Thank you
for
so
all the
very
things
much.
that you have offered in today's conversation, these beautiful insights on
Thank
your
you.
unique, magnificent journey across genres of writing, in literature, in journalism, in translation. You have done so much, and we are so looking forward to having many, many new births
Absolutely.
from
I'm ready.
you. Because,
Thank
like you
you.
said, we make a very good team as well
Team.
in
Yes.
the publishing house too, and in the Writers Capital Foundation, where every link is there to bring one with the other in true and loving connection. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for being
Absolutely.
here today.
Thank you so very much. This has been such a wonderful time sharing it with another sister kind, and I felt so happy, so glad. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
everything. I'm sure that our viewers got truly inspired by all the things that you shared with us today, and a lot more would like to start writing right now because they heard you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep inspiring
You.
humanity, dear Ambika Ananth.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for this beautiful conversation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.